The sun has just dipped below the tree line. The air is still, too still. A dirt path winds through the forest, one you've walked before. But tonight, it feels wrong. You keep walking. The trees seem taller, the trail behind you, gone. The wind shifts, and somewhere in the canopy above, something creaks. You freeze. A distant snort, the sound of hooves, and then a laugh. Shrill and human. You turn your shirt inside out, just like they told you. But it's too late. He's already found you. This is the story of the Tikbalang, the trickster in the trees. Welcome to Strange Treks, your gateway to forgotten myths, strange creatures, and unsolved mysteries come to life. If you're drawn to the eerie and unexplained, subscribe and stay curious. They say if you find yourself lost in the mountains, walking in circles, it's not your compass that's broken, it's you. Or rather, it's what's watching you. In the dense forests and forgotten trails of the Philippines, an old warning is whispered. Never travel alone and never speak its name aloud, because something might be listening. The Tikbalang, a creature with the head and hooves of a horse, but the stretched, gaunt body of a man, towering, grinning, and always just beyond in the trees. Stories vary across the islands. In some, the Tikbalang is a cruel trickster, leading travelers in endless loops until they collapse in fear or madness. In others, it is a territorial forest guardian, punishing those who trespass or insult the land. They say it watches from tall branches, completely still. You never see it move. But suddenly, it's closer. Sometimes it mimics human voices. Sometimes it laughs. If you meet one, they say you can tame it, but only if you pluck 3 golden hairs from its mane before it eats you. If you succeed, you can use them as an unting or talisman, and it becomes your servant for life. But most don't live that long. Parents still warn their children. Don't whistle at night, don't stare too long into the trees, and if the wind suddenly changes and the path behind you is gone, turn your shirt inside out and don't look back. Sightings of the Tikbalang don't come often, but when they do, they tend to follow a pattern. Remote paths, strange winds, a sense of being watched. Most stories never make the news. They're shared in whispers, in jeepney rides, and roadside cafes. But sometimes they slip through. In 2018, a hiker in Tanay Rizal posted about an overnight trek that went wrong. Their group had camped along a trail they'd followed dozens of times, but when morning came, the path forward was gone, swallowed by fog. The GPS showed they were still on the trail, but every direction looked the same. They walked for hours. Then one of them heard a sound. Hooves. But when they turned, nothing. Just shifting trees and the smell of something old. They only escaped when someone in the group remembered the old advice. Turn your shirt inside out. Within minutes, the fog cleared. The group didn't speak the name aloud. In 1995, a small-town newspaper in Laguna ran a curious story buried in its back pages. A farmer claimed that for 3 nights in a row, something tall and thin had stood at the edge of his banana grove, unmoving. He thought it was a man, until it turned, and he saw the horse's skull. The figure vanished into the trees with an unnatural speed. The farmer reported strange laughter near his roof that night. The next morning, his animals wouldn't leave the shed. 3 days later, he left the property entirely. Online, the stories multiply. A lost biker in Benguet who circled the same road for 4 hours. A group of students on a retreat in Batangas who swore they heard hooves above their cabin roof at 3 a.m. And a driver on Kenan Road who spotted something in the trees, too tall to be human, with eyes that glowed when the headlights hit. No one ever gets a clear photo, but almost all of them describe the same feeling. A sudden stillness, a shift in the wind, and the sense of being followed. Some say it's just local superstition, but the forests here are old, and something is still walking among them. Where did the Tikbalang come from? And more importantly, Why has it stayed? Like many creatures in Philippine folklore, the Tikbalang defies a single origin. Some scholars believe it's a relic of pre-colonial animism, a forest spirit once respected, later feared. Others think it evolved as a cautionary tale, meant to keep children and travelers from wandering too far into the jungle. Because in the Philippines, the line between wilderness and civilization is thin, and something always waits on the other side. During Spanish colonization, Catholic missionaries documented local beliefs, and many noted creatures like the Tikbalang as diabolical. It may have once been a nature guardian, recast as a demon, twisted to fit the new religion's worldview. Many legends say the Tikbalang has 3 golden strands hidden in its mane. If you find them and pluck them, you gain power over it. But how do you get close enough to try? The Tikbalang shouldn't still haunt us. It belongs to the old stories, to forests, to warnings, to folklore. But somehow, it lingers. It's more than just a monster. The Tikbalang is a trickster, a boundary spirit. It doesn't chase, it confuses, it waits patiently for the moment you let your guard down, and then it shifts the path beneath your feet. You don't hear it coming, you just feel wrong. Whether trickster, spirit, or shadow of forgotten roads, the Tikbalang remains a symbol of confusion and control. So the next time the trail goes quiet and the wind begins to laugh, don't wander, don't follow the sound, and whatever you do, don't trust the path. This was The Trickster in the Trees, part of our Strange Tracks series. If you want more cryptids, cursed legends, and stories that refuse to die, support, like, and share. Until next time, this was Strange Tracks. Follow carefully.